I know I'm late into making absolute pitches, creating your own absolute version of a character, but whatever, I want to take a crack at it with Danny Phantom. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. The Absolute Universe is basically a separate new continuity from DC Comics, similar to Marvel's Ultimate Universe. And all of this happened a couple months ago, and lately on YouTube, people have been pitching absolute versions of a character. Now, Danny Phantom was a cartoon I used to love watching as a kid, and after seeing an absolute Ben 10 pitch on YouTube, I got the idea to do the same thing for Danny. Although I haven't watched the series in a long time, so I don't remember everything about the show, at least not every detail, but I thought it would still be fun spitballing ideas. So I have two ways for how I would pitch Absolute Danny Phantom. The first being that we start at age 10, Danny's family became missing, presumed dead in a large explosion during a failed lab experiment, leaving Danny to be taken in by Vlad. 4 years later, Danny became a loner, isolated himself from everyone else. In this universe, he doesn't have any friends, no Sam or Tucker, is only interested in carrying on his parents' legacy for ghost hunting, despite Vlad's disapproval, diving deep into engineering and ghost theories until he decided to recreate the ghost portal from his parents' notes, accidentally creating a huge ecto-energy blast in Amity Park, while unleashing ghost beings and turning a handful of people in town into half ghosts, just like him. For this idea, I saw taking away his support group and team, making him more of a lone hero would work into making him more of an underdog in this absolute universe. Other ideas and notes I have for this universe is having the Phantons actually be alive, but trapped in the ghost zone this whole time. Maybe turning Sam into a half ghost too, a sort of anti-hero rebellious antagonist. A relationship similar to Black Cat and Spider-Man. I will also have Vlad not know Danny is actually Phantom in this universe. Plus, I was thinking of creating a original villain group in this world. Multiple different cults start popping up in Amity Park, worshipping different ghosts and half-elves. Final note is that I would create a more clear distinction between ghost zone born beings and living turned dead ghosts. Now on to version 2 for this absolute Danny Phantom universe. I was thinking we start off with a young Danny, maybe around 4, messing with a prototype ghost portal of his parents. In curiosity, he ended up getting sucked in, lost into the ghost zone while being transformed into a half-elf. I would have Frostbite, I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure it's his name. I'm not gonna Google it, but I would have him come across young Danny, and while learning he has a great destiny in the future, decides to raise him and guide him until his destiny arrives. Danny will be raised in the ghost zone for the next 10 years. While his family thought he was dead, his ghost side growing stronger, getting more chaotic and harder to control. After exploring, he discovers ghosts getting caught and brought into Earth to be experimented on by the guys in white, who have their own ghost portal by the technology they bought from the Phantons after they retire from ghost hunting, from the guilt of losing their son in their experiments. Although dozens of rifts open up around Amity Park thanks to the guys in white constant use of the portal, letting many other ghosts to cross over and wreak havoc. Danny decides to travel to Earth even if Frostbite says he isn't ready, wanting to help save innocent ghosts and the people of Amity Park from the hostile ones. In this version, I would have Danny struggle with his humanity while his more powerful chaotic ghost side would start taking over at times, making him appear like Dan from the one crazy episode of Danny Phantom. Although he would still be friends with Sam and Tucker in this world, those two helping him with his humanity, teaching him about all he missed since he left Earth, and fighting villains together. Some minor notes in this version of Absolute Danny is that some characters like Johnny 13 and Kitty, Youngblood, some other characters could be friends with Danny in this reality as he grew up. Well, those were my ideas for how I would make an absolute Danny Phantom. Not the most detailed, but I thought it was a nice brainstorming session. Let me know in the comments which version that you like better, or maybe you didn't like any of them at all. Let me know what ideas you would have for your own absolute Danny Phantom, or maybe what other characters you want to see an absolute version of.